Hi, welcome back to Moonlit Path Tarot. So today we're going to do a love reading for all signs, just for the person on your mind. And then at the end, I will post some initials and you can see if either you get your initials or the initials of your person. And then at the very, very end, I will answer a yes or no question with a pendulum. So I'll remind you to pause and think of a question. I just started this reading like 20 minutes ago, but I got interrupted. So what we're going to do is just continue. We'll start over, but we'll continue with this reading. All right, so this is how the person on your mind feels towards you at this time, or how they think about you at this time. So we have Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So Queen of Pentacles is all about the keeper of the home, somebody who's in charge of their finances, somebody who has the household taken care of, right? They run the home, basically, the queen of the house. The King of Swords is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This is communication, but it's direct, blunt communication. It's not like the King of Cups, for example, where that communication's more vulnerable, more emotional. This is direct. It's communication, but it's just so blunt, right? This is somebody who's a leader, but not somebody who wastes time with like unnecessary words, right? Six of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, again, this indicates moving out of stormy weather into calmer waters, right? This indicates the ending of challenging times. This indicates a shift in the relationship in some way, right? Maybe the ending of a relationship or the change in a dynamic of a relationship. But either way, it's all about moving forward, right? So the ending of troubled times and kind of just moving forward. And then the Ace of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is all about new beginnings, right? So this is like an offer. They want to give you an offer of some sort, but they want to. It's more of an offer of stability, right? Because coins in tarot pentacles are coins in tarot, but it's also earth energy, which is the slowest moving energy in the deck. So they want to start with the Ace of Pentacles. They want to give you some kind of new offer so they can get to this Queen energy, because to get to this, you have to start with this, right? So we already have how they think and feel about you, the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. So we all have both. So I don't read specific gender in tarot, right? But we all hold both Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, but however, both are showing up in just how they feel about you. So maybe there was some kind of arguments or hard times or stormy kind of, not working together, not communicating effectively or directly. And now they want to move out of that energy with you and give you some kind of new offer of stability. They want to start over with you so they can get to this energy, the stable, has everything in order, finances, career, home, everything's in order. They're not lacking. Their life isn't in disarray. This is somebody who's very much has everything taken care of. And they want to get to that with you, but they need to start here with this new beginning, this new offer of stability. And then the bottom of the deck, how else they feel about you, we have the Three of Pentacles, again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So the way they want to start this new beginning with you, they also want to collaborate with you. They want to work together with you. They want to come out of this stormy negative energy and they want to start working together with you, right? And in order to do that, they know they need to come correct, basically. So I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe something happened to kind of break down the relationship. I'm not so much sure if this is an actual break up, but some kind of breakdown in the relationship. They want to start over and they want to have some sense of community, some sense of family with you. So Spirit, when it comes to the collective and the person on their mind, how do they feel towards the person on their mind at this time? Wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the Fool, which is the first in the deck of the Major Arcana. There are 22 Major Arcana. This is number 1, right? This is all about new beginnings and taking a leap of faith. So the way that they want to have the sense of community, they want to give you some kind of offer. You want to take some kind of leap of faith with them. Because Soulmate, this is the Soulmate card, Two of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You feel that they are your soulmate, they are your person, they are your divine counterpart, your other half, right? And you want to take some kind of leap of faith and accept this offer that they're going to come towards you with, because the Divine Masculine, Aries, which is the Emperor, you feel that, this is your person. This is the Divine Masculine. We have the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, but then we have the actual Divine Masculine card, which is Aries. So Aries is all about being the Emperor is all about being a natural born leader, right? Somebody who's in charge, somebody who's competent, somebody who's sure of themselves, somebody who doesn't have to move from their position because they know that they're good where they are, right? Because they have everything taken care of, they have everything under control. So that's kind of this energy. In kind of a not as positive sense, if this is you feel that this is your divine masculine, your other half, your soulmate, but sometimes I think maybe with the Emperor, if it depends on the context. They can also rule and not be fair. Like, this is somebody who's a fair ruler, somebody who's in charge, but sometimes, right, they can be a little bit of a hothead, they can be a little bit unfair and a little bit stubborn. However, the Judgment, right under this offer that they want to give you, this is all about needing to be honest with ourselves about how or why something happened or how or why something ended. So maybe sometimes they rule and sometimes they're not fair, or sometimes the way that they approach things isn't necessarily the most effective way to communicate with you personally, right? So I feel that you think this person is your soulmate, and they're now it's either you or them is now being honest with themselves about how or why something happened or how or what led to the breakdown in this relationship. And then we have Two of Swords, which is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So this indicates Odin's ravens, right? This is like the story of sending the raven off this way and sending the other one off that way. And then at the end of the day, they both come back and report to the ruler, right? They report to the king, and he never has to move from where he's at. Again, this Emperor, this Aries. So this could be your energy, you know, waiting for this offer from this person, wanting to take a leap of faith with them, right? But the Two of Swords also indicates that no matter what choice you make, no matter what you decide, that is the correct choice, right? So this Emperor, he doesn't ever have to move where he's at. I mentioned that before, but that's the same with this Ravens card, right? The Odin's Ravens. They never have to move from where they're at because they are sent off in both directions, come back and report at the end of the day. He's the ruler of the kingdom. He never has to leave his throne, right? So that's your energy. And I'm getting that no matter what choice you make regarding this connection, even if you feel they're your soulmate, if you decide to stay, that's the right answer. If you decide to leave, that's the right answer. No matter what you decide, that is the correct answer. So let's see. Regarding this connection, Spirit, what can the collective expect from their person, from the person on their mind? What action will the person on their mind take towards them in the near future? What will okay, here we go. What action will the person on the collective's mind take towards them in the near future? Okay. Six of Cups. Again, sixes represent past. So this is somebody that you've dealt with in the past. This is not somebody new. So Six of Cups indicates, cups are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but again, the past, reminiscing. Maybe somebody you've known since childhood. This is wanting things to be simpler, reflecting on better times, right? Reflecting on the good times, nostalgia, basically. So the action that they're going to take towards you is they want things to be simpler, right? They want to reconnect with you. They miss you. They're thinking about you. And then we have 21, the World, right? So this is the beginning of the Major Arcana. This is the end of the Major Arcana. After the World comes the Fool, a new beginning, a leap of faith. So you want to take a leap of faith with this person, but the action that they're going to take towards you in the near future, they want to end this cycle. They want to end this whatever this is, this breakdown in the relationship, this stormy weather, this argumentativeness, this whatever happened with you two, they want that to be done because they're now being honest with themselves about how or why something happened. And the World is like spiritual graduation, right? So it's needing to, like, if you guys were apart, it's them having some kind of realization that they want to be with you, they feel you're their other half, but they need to end some kind of cycle, and they're willing to do that at this point. And High Priestess, this is all about intuition. So this can be, maybe you're a light worker, this can be somebody who either reads tarot, or this can be somebody who has who practices, I don't know, like occult, it's like hidden messages, it's like the occult, knowledge of the occult, or spiritual practices, but this can also just simply be about trusting their intuition. They trust their intuition that you're their person, and they want to end this cycle with you. They miss you. They know that you're their person. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So they want a family with you. Oh, sorry, I have to hold it this way. Every time I do it like this, I forget that I have to flip it. So sorry about that. They want a family with you. They want this Ace of Pentacles with you to offer this new beginning to you. They want to get to this Queen of Pentacles with you, the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine, because they want a family life with you. But this is also about stability and financial security. So not only do they want to be with you, not only do they want a relationship or a whole entire family with you, but they want to be financially stable with you. They want to be somebody that you can depend on. All right, spirits. So regarding this connection, what can the collective expect regarding the outcome for this connection? Seven of Swords. Okay. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Four of Pentacles. Okay. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so Seven of Swords is the liar card, right? It's deception, it's trickery, it's illusion. And Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Four of Pentacles is, it's depending on the context, it's kind of like selfishness, especially coming out right next to the Seven of Swords. Maybe you or they were being selfish in the past, or they did something that was deceptive in the past, and you just kind of felt like, maybe they were lying to you, maybe they weren't being honest with you, or just simply that maybe they did something that was selfish or something that didn't consider you or your feelings, right? However, as far as clarifying the outcomes for this connection, I'm getting that this is maybe what's occurring right now. So maybe they haven't reached out to you, or maybe you're waiting for them to reach out to you. But I'm getting that this is the energy maybe that they left with, this kind of liar energy, but it's not so much a liar like I'm lying and I'm cheating on you. I mean, that could be the case, only you know your situation, but this is all about intention, right? So the Seven of Swords is about intention, and the only example that I like to give, right, I can think of a couple, but the main one that I like to give because it's the most clear is like lying. This card is all about your intention and exactly what you're lying about or what you're being deceptive about, right? So like if you're trying to steal baby formula because your baby's starving to death, the universe isn't gonna sit there and punish you endlessly because you're not doing it maliciously. You're just doing it because it's a necessity, right? You need to survive. So that's kind of what this card, he's stealing, but he's kind of sneaking off in the middle of the night because he needs these feathers to stay warm. He needs these feathers to stay alive, depending on the context, right? And the crows are pissed off because he didn't say anything. He didn't consider them. He didn't ask. He just did it. But also he didn't want to freeze to death. So that's kind of one of the reasons, depending on the context, right? So if you are then stealing baby formula during a shortage so that you can upsell it to a mom in need, the universe can see your intention. That is malicious. That is, excuse my language, that's fucked up, right? So it's about the intention. But Four of Pentacles is kind of like a selfish energy. It's like, these are my pentacles, mine, mine, mine. And this is kind of like a finances thing, right? So we keep getting a lot of pentacles. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe they did something that they didn't tell you about regarding money, or they were just selfish with their money in some way, or they expected something from you that they weren't giving themselves. You know what I'm saying? Only you know your situation. But I'm getting that's the energy that they left with. However, since they've been gone, right, regarding the clarifying the outcome for this connection, because they do want a family with you, they do want financial security and stability with you. The Ace of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, this is all about an aha moment, right? It's mental clarity, it's thought. Swords are about thoughts and thinking. And this card specifically is like having an aha moment. It's coming to some realization. It's like having an epiphany of some sort since you've been gone, right? Then we move on to the Hierophant, which is Taurus. This is Taurus's card. So this card is all about tradition, right? And Tauruses traditionally are all about their money. They're all about their finances. They're all about kind of saving their money, right? They're all about, they're very aware. Let's just say that. To put it kind of nicely without getting too deep into it, they're very aware of what they're spending and how much they're spending and where it's kind of going, right? But this card also is about tradition. So it's about traditional spiritual practices, marriage, a family life. Again, this Ten of Pentacles. They want a family life with you, but they want stability with you also. So maybe like they did something regarding finances that you just were not okay with, or they didn't tell you about it when they should have. And they had this aha moment since they've been gone that what they did was not really cool and that they shouldn't have done it and they should have included you. It doesn't necessarily have to be about finances. It could be about anything, but earth energy, like I said, is traditionally pentacles, coins, but it's also kind of the slowest moving energy in the deck. So maybe it took them a while to get to this aha moment, but they have come to some kind of epiphany or realization about what they did and how that was not the right approach. And they want to come back with this Ace of Pentacles. They're literally coming back like this, like, here, I'm sorry. I see what I did now, right? With this offer. And then here we go with the Queen of Cups. So remember how I said the King of Cups is not, the King of Cups is more vulnerable, right? When we pulled this, sorry, I almost said Queen of Swords. When we pulled this King of Swords. So with this, the King of Swords is direct, he's blunt. And I said he's not very emotional. It's not like the King of Cups, for example. Well, now we have the Queen of Cups. Since they've had this epiphany, this aha moment, they realize that they do need to communicate with you. They do need to be vulnerable with you. It doesn't matter if you're not going to like what they have to say. They realize they need to say it anyways, right? They need to include you. They need to not do things deceptively behind your back or without telling you. So now that they've had this aha moment, they want to come back with this Queen of Cups energy. They want to be vulnerable with you. They want to tell you how they feel. They're sorry. They're coming back with an offer because this relationship, strength, Leo, this relationship, they believe, can stand the test of time. And the reason I'm going to say that is because not only did you draw the Two of Cups, which is the soulmate card, they feel you're their twin flame. They also feel you're their other half, the Lovers, Gemini. This is a really nice place to leave this. So, okay, bottom of the deck. See, perfect example. They feel you're their twin flame, their other half. Maybe that's not something they know about or necessarily believe in, right? Because they have the Taurus card, which is more traditional. It's kind of like traditional spiritual religion, like somebody who goes to church. So maybe they're not into all of this necessarily, but you are because you're here, right? With trying to find a reading on this. So with the High Priestess that we pulled earlier, maybe you're the one who's kind of like the light worker. Maybe you do tarot, or maybe you're more into the spiritual side and not necessarily the organized religion side. So they want to work together with you. They want to come together with you because they feel you're their other half, the twin flame, the Lovers, right? And then bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This is a card about things not being as bad as they seem, right? So this could be your energy, this could be theirs, but this is a card of, though there was some kind of breakdown, something happened, after they had this aha moment, maybe you're kind of sitting here waiting for them to realize what they've done, and they will, but the whole situation is not necessarily as bad as it seems, right? It's an illusion. Things are bad for her. She's crying, she's upset, she fell out of bed, she's lost, she's scared, but also her pillow's right there, her bed's right there. This can also indicate some kind of nightmare or bad dreams. Maybe you've been having bad dreams about whatever the situation is, or they have. But this is more a card of things just not being as bad as it seems, right? They're bad, but they're not unfixable. It's not irreparable, right? It can be repaired. It can be fixed. So that's where I'm going to leave, excuse me, this for you. And then I will go ahead and pull some initials, and you can see if you get either your initials or the initials of your person. If not, no worries. This can very much be your reading still. This I just kind of look at as extra confirmation for the people who might need it a little bit more. All right, so let's see what we get for the initials. V, F, G, S, A, X, H, R, Sarah, Q, O, Z, K, Zach, L, J, Josh, P, Penelope, Peter, N, Jen, Jan, U, Y, E. All right. June, Jenny, John, Jerry.
Oh, my bad.
All right, so for the letters, we have V, F, G, S, A, X, J, N, Y, H, R, Q, O, Z, K, L, P, U, E. Sue. All right, and then now is a good time to pause. I will go ahead and ask a yes or no question for you. So think of your yes or no question, and then we will go ahead and get that answered. You know what? Spirit's telling me to pull one more so they're even at least. W. Wendy. All right. All right. All right, let's see. Clear. You know what? Let me try that again.
Nice try, dude.
Clear. Spirit, for the collective, what is the answer? Hold on one second. Let me just put my feet flat. Try that again. Clear. Spirit, for the collective, what is the answer to their yes or no question? The answer to your question, collective, is no. All right. All right, and that is where we will leave this reading. Feel free to check back for the next one. And as always, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul.